Hey, my crafty friends. It's Miss Seashell here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a project share, and it is going to be making cards using the Glimmer Hot Foil System. And this is a request from one of my crafty friends. So I'm excited to share with you how to create, using the foil and the glimmer sheets or the plates that I picked up while they were on sale at Hobby Lobby. So having this system, you have the spacer plate that comes with it. You have this thin shim, and I'll show you how to layer that. And then this is the actual system, the plate that the dies go on top of, and this gets very warm, and this is to warm the plates so that the foil actually infuses itself onto the plates. So I'll explain all that as we go along, but I just want to show you how basic this is. So this is the heating element here, and the off and on switch is up here, and here's the red button here. So once this plate gets engaged into this this electrical system here, it locks in, and then that's when the heat starts to flow into the plate. So what comes with the system is these elements. You have this magnetic pickup stick, as I call it pickup stick. So here's your plate, and so I won't touch the plate while it's warm. The magnetic stick does it, and then that's the button to release it. And then also there's this cooling pad. So once you get the die off of here, you can either lay it down, or you can also lay your plate down. So I'm just going to take you through the basic steps of this. What you need here is actually going to be, you're going to need some good sturdy card stock. What I'm using here is the alcohol ink Yupo, and this is by Ranger, and this comes in 5x7 sheets, really heavy. This is good for using for your alcohol inks. That's what it's intended for, but it actually works with this system. So I'll be using that. It's a real nice, smooth surface. And you can't run this through the laser inkjet. So, this works good for this. But this is what you'll need. I mean, you can have other card stock, and I'll do some with just regular card stock, but I find that this gives it a nice quality results for the glimmer or the foil. So let me get everything set up, and we'll get started. So what I'm showing you here is the dies themselves. I'm going to be using this glimmer plate. It's called Glimmering Peony, and I have two of them, so I have arranged them to where it lines up so I can make a card base. And then I'll be using the sentiments, the everyday sentiments, and the one I'm going to be using is Thanks a Bunch. So what you do then is you lay this on your system. You slide the plate, lock it in place, and then what's going to happen is this button over here, this little indicator, and I'll zoom in on that one. This is going to turn green when the system is ready. So once that is ready, we're going to lay our paper, or actually we're going to lay our foil down, and I'm going to be using this rose gold foil, and this came as a sample in the kit, but you can also purchase the hot foil system, the glimmer sheets, variety packs here. But for this, I'm going to use this nice rose gold. So what I want to do now is I want to measure it out. Now I know that there's other ways of doing this, but I'm just, doing a basic demonstration here. You want to measure this out for the length of the card. So, and if you had pre-cut sheets, that would be nice, but you never know what size you're going to use, and you don't want to waste. So when this system gets ready, I'm going to lay this foil on top, and then I'm going to lay the paper on top of that. Then I'm going to lay the thin shim and then the spacer pad. So this is how the layering will go. The plates, the glitter sheet, the paper, the thin shim, and then the spacer pad. So now while I'm waiting for the platform to get ready, I'm going to show you what you're going to need after you run your system through. You're going to need your die cutting system here, and what I have is the Big Shot. So what you're going to do after the system is ready, you're going to take the whole entire piece out, this piece, and you're going to run it through the die cut machine. Now this won't damage your plate here, because there's no dies that's going to be cutting through this plate, so this is safe. So the shim is acting as the barrier along with the cardstock here. So again, while waiting for the system to warm up, let me move this to the side again, and then I'll bring this back over. So I'll show you some examples of what I've done already using one of the dies that I have. Well, actually, one of the dies that came with the system. That was the neat thing about this. They gave you a die to start with, and so I've done this as I was practicing, and I think that turned out really pretty. You see how that works? Okay, so now my system has turned. The indicator is green. So now what I'm going to do is I'm carefully going to lay the sheet, and the shiny side is going to be up. So you're going to lay that on there and see how it starts to grab onto the die. So once that does there, then I'm going to turn my timer light on. So the timer light it'll start blinking, and then when it's ready to foil, then it will turn solid green. So I'm going to take this off because I want to do it the exact way it's supposed to be done, but I just wanted to show you. So when this light stops blinking, then I'm going to lay the foil on there. I'll give that about a minute. So once this process goes, it's pretty quick, and it just, there we go. So the light has stopped blinking, and now I'm going to put the paper or the foil over the system here and line that up. Now I'm going to put my paper over top of that, and again the shiny silver side up. Okay, I'm going to lay my thin shim down, and I'm going to lay my spacer pad. So now this is ready. So I'm going to now take this out of the system, move it over to the cutting, to the big shot. And I just carefully want to slide this out like so with your hand, keeping it steady. I'll move my system over here, and I'm going to bring this over the big shot, and then you're going to slide this in, and you want to take your time. You want to slowly crank the handle. As you can see, I'm doing here. Slowly crank that through, no rush, because what you're wanting to do is to ensure that that foil gets embedded into the card and onto the paper. Okay, take that out. I think I'm gonna run it through one more time, just real slow. Okay, so I think I got it all. So now I'm gonna just take this out, move my cutting machine over. I'll bring the system over here, and then this is where the pad comes in. So I'm gonna lay this onto the pad, because at this point it's ready. So you take your pads off, and then carefully remove your paper. And this is what you're going to get. The impression is going to be on the card. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but this is what it will look like. So now all you have to do now is just peel back the foil. Now see where I didn't roll that through all the way? It didn't adhere to the card. So that's just some of the things that, you know, practice is perfect. You just got to work with it. And then this is what they call overage. And you can take a, I think there's a special type of eraser or something that'll help to remove that. But I have this little gum eraser. And just take that, rub that off. So Now this is ready to be used. So what you can do at this point, if you wanted to use this as a card, just as it is, or if you just want to fussy cut all the way around the image and the text here, you can do that. You can leave it intact. So what I did was, let's see, there's a brush, and sometimes, like with the letters like A's or B's, you want to just take a soft brush and remove that excess. And see how some of when it cuts, it's going to leave. So just brush that away. And that just cleans that up. And that's it. That's pretty much how you use the system. Again, I'm just playing around with it. I'm just learning it myself. And so, yeah, I think it's pretty neat. It just does give some dramatic effect to your pieces. So what I want to do next is to color this. And I want to try my alcohol ink markers to go in and, color the flowers and see how that works. So let me grab a couple of my alcohol inks and we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Grabbed a couple of my alcohol ink markers, whichever brand you have. I have Spectrum Noir. I have some Copics. I have a variety of markers. But for this one, I'm just going to use Spectrum Noir, and we're going to color in. So just randomly, I'm just going to color in. No particular reason or color selection, but just, just wanted to show you how this paper will take the alcohol ink markers, because that's what it's, pretty much designed for. So it adheres to that very, very well. And you don't lose that glimmer. I'll take a green here for the leaves. And I like the way that this just gives it such a professional touch. And you can just see your images just come to life. It's almost like coloring in, in the lines. You know how you did as a kid, you used to do paint by numbers. This is very relaxing, actually. And I like this whole process. I was debating about whether if I wanted to, get this system or not. But as a crafter, you always like to try different things. And, you just sit back and you just, observe and see, if it's going to fit into, let's see that one. I'll use that one. That one looks like that's a little dried up. If it's going to fit into, what your crafting style is. And this is a little bit lighter, so I'm not going to use that one. Let's see. Let me try this. Okay, this is the Memento Dual Marker, and so that gives a real pretty blue. So see how it's really gorgeous. Just beautiful. So as you can see, you can just play around with it, using those foil plates, the glimmer plates, and complete a project pretty much, in no time. So thank you for joining me today for this project share. I hope this helps. There are plenty other videos out there that give a far more better explanation than what I have provided, but I'm just doing, what works for me, as I'm still in the process of practicing and coming up with different ways of making beautiful cards. So let me show you another one that I did. I did a couple of examples. I'll set this to the side. I did this card, and this is a scattered hearts, and I actually use the I use this glimmer, and this is the it's like a multi like a rainbowish kind of effect, and that's what you get when you lay that there. So that one was, this is real pretty, and these come in different different colors, different types of foils. Also have this this is a variety pack, and this one I thought was really pretty, especially like for Christmas. You have those different types of foils. You got the holographic, you got the gold, green, and the red. And this red has speckles of stars in it. It's really pretty. And then for what I used for this, the flower, was this rose gold. And this again came in, it was a sample in the system, along with silver. So yeah, if you have the system, give it a try. Pull out all those dies that we all purchased and give it a go. This is another one that I did using the little bee. Let me move this to the side. That was one. So this is what I was talking about, how you can fussy cut around the image. You don't have to keep it on the card itself. And then these are just some of the little pieces that are on the actual dies. So yeah, a pretty fun system. Very, very fun. And again, I'll probably come back and do, some other types of things when I, put the cards together. So don't want to make this video too long, but thank you for joining me today, and happy crafting, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.